Hello and welcome back to episode 11 of Take to the Skies, St. Albans. We're back following only 3 games since you were last with us when we played #United. And we lost one, then won the following 2. We're back for the 4th qualifying round of the FA Cup. And I think this is a much better chance than last year to get into the first round proper. Let's go and see if we can pull it off. So what we've got since you were last with us, we played Dartford in the following game and we lost 5-3 in that game. It was a bit of a chaotic game and unfortunately we did end up on the losing side of it. We then had our third qualifying round where we beat Gosport quite handily 4-0. We had a late comeback to beat Havington Waterlooville 2-1 in the league. And then today we're going to be playing AFC Telford and also Hampton and Richmond in the Vanarama South. Telford actually, I believe, the nearest National League team to where I live. And I've managed them a few times in the past before I started YouTube. So I think in this game they're currently sat 18th in the National League North. I think we've got a good chance of getting through them and qualifying for the first round of the FA Cup. Before we get into that, please do leave a like if you are enjoying the series. Comment how you think this game's going to go. Are we going to get into the first round of the FA Cup? Are we going to get into the second round even? And do subscribe as well if you're enjoying the series and the content. Of course, we are having daily videos at the moment, and that long may it continue. Let's go and see if we can get our way into the first round. So the lineup for today, we have Parks in goal, a back four of Harper, Kozak, McKenna and Longello. In midfield, we've got Napper on the right, Comley and Wise in midfield, with Thomas on the left, and then we've got Rush and Scott up front together. Let's see if we can get a win here in what is going to be an important game for us. Because, of course, if we can get through this, then FA Cup first round, if we can draw one of the higher up teams, then we've got a nice bit of a payday coming in for us. What I ideally want is one of the big League One teams, or we want to draw someone at our level again so that we've got a chance of trying to get to the second round. We don't want to draw like a low National League team and then get knocked out. Although we might not get the chance to do that because Ray and Clark has put Telford up very easily. A bit too easy there. Harper gets dispossessed and then Kozak just gets run past by Clark, who takes it all the way and finishes it in the near post. Parks just leaving it open for him, which means we are going to have to go positive now to try and make sure we get back into this, and ideally want to get back into it very quickly because I don't like being 1-0 down, particularly in a cup game, because the later it goes on, the more difficult it is to get back into it. Corner is headed away, but Russ picks it up. He goes back to Warren, who goes over the top. McKenna deals with that and heads down to Thomas, who brings it back inside a little bit, sends it out to the right where Rush is waiting. He's got Napper with him, exchanges the ball round the defender. Rush crosses it in. Scott with a fantastic chance, and Scott's put it over the bar. And that was a absolutely brilliant chance for Scott. And he's just absolutely scuffed it over the bar. Barnett gets tackled by Napper but manages to keep the ball. Kazu trying to find a ball over the top. Russ heads on and Clark got the shot away. Good save from Parks, but it was offside anyway. So we get away with that a little bit. But at the minute we're not getting the Maybe we need to try shooting a bit more and see if that'll make the difference for us. We reach half time. It is 0-0. I'm going to tell them I want to see more in the second half. And let's fire them up straight out the gates for the second half. And we seem to have come out getting a few shots off. However, Warren throws it in. Scott dispossesses Telford and finds Comley, who finds Thomas. Thomas does that. That was pointless. Cheers for that. Griffiths now clears it upfield. Oswell heads on, but Longello is there, who finds Scott, who finds Rush, who makes it 1-1, and we are back in the game. And it's taken us 10 minutes into the second half, but there we are, back on level terms. I don't know if this level of the FA Cup, do we have replays? Or does it just go straight to extra time? I have no idea. Hopefully, would I rather it be a replay? I don't think I would. We're going to send Longello further upfield, bring Sanders on at left back, just to try and see if Longello can be a bit more creative up front than Thomas has been. A good block on the cross there, but it goes back to Telford. Nugent finds Grimes, who finds Oswell. Clark shoots from range and puts it in the top corner. And what can you really do about that? We're going to have to go attacking now because we need to get a goal to get back into this. But it's just a bit too easy there for Clark. And it's well hit. Let's demand more. As I say, we're going attacking now to try and get back into it. Wise finds Napper, who just about manages to keep it in. Cross goes in. Scott can't get on the end of it. Clearance goes away as far as Sanders, who's able to bring it back forward. Crosses it back in. And Rush gets us back to 1-1. To 2-2. What a response this time from ourselves. And the decision to bring Sanders on, looking quite good there, thanks to that wonderful cross. And Rush, unlike Scott, makes no mistake with it. I think what we're going to do as well, we're going to send Jeffers on for Scott. Because I don't think Scott's having a great game at the moment. I know he's had a 7, but he hasn't really stood out to me. I think for a final change, it might be time, with 10 minutes to go, to bring on David Noble as a deep line playmaker. Let him get his 10 minutes in the FA Cup and see if he can pull something out of the bag. Clark crosses it in. Donnelly heads just wide at the near post. Let's fire them up again. Kizu finds Bennett from the throw-in and goes back down to Kizu on the left. He's trying to get past Harper, gets a cross in. Oswell heads well and it goes just over the bar. But now it's our throw-in and Harper's got that. Finds Rush, goes back to Harper. And Rush trying to find Napper. Ends up with Wise, who goes back to Harper. Chip over the box. Napper's in there and keeper spills it. Longello eventually gets it. It falls back to Sanders now, who crosses it in. Rush is in there. And Rush has made it 3-2. And we need to get defending off the back of that. But we have potentially stolen it late on. With just 3 minutes to go, Rush has completed his hat-trick. It's another assist for Sanders, who had the ball break nicely for him from Longello's attempted cross, gets it back in. Rush beats the right back in the air and puts us 3-2 up. And now it looks like we are going to see that out. And we have done exactly that. Into the first round of the FA Cup we go. absolutely fantastic. Rush with some phenomenal finishing today, and Sanders with some phenomenal crossing. And what a result that is for us. Well, we'll be back with the next game, or maybe the FA Cup first round draw if that comes before it. Let's go and see where we're coming back. Here we are, it's time for the FA Cup first round draw. Now, as I say, going into this, my mind goes we either want one of the big teams in the League 1 or League 2, or someone such as the winner of Chester or Flyde, Chorley or Tamworth. We want either a winnable game or one of the big guns, like Hull perhaps. There's not a lot of big guns in this. Ipswich would be a good one. Yeah, there's not a lot here. Walsall would be quite nice. Just Wigan. Someone like that, or Vanarama national teams. Let's go and see who we're going to get. Gillingham play Walsall. Bolton would have been quite a nice one. And also a home draw would be nice as well if we can get one of the teams in or around our league. St Albans at home. Who are we going to get? It's Shrewsbury. Okay. Not a massive tie, but still relatively big team. Relatively local to me. I've drive through Shrewsbury quite a lot on the way to a caravan that we have in Wales. And it looks like it's going to be a big game for us. Let's hope we can give them a good game back. I don't expect to go through, not in the slightest. But hopefully we can go there and give a respectable performance. But before that, we've got a game against Hampton and Richmond to go and play. And the lineup for the second game of the episode, we bring Sanders in at left back with Longjello moving up onto the left wing, Thomas dropping to the bench. And then the only other change we've got is Jeffers coming into the first 11 in place of Joshua Scott. Mainly, Sanders deserves to start. He proved that in the last game. He should be starting today. And Jeffers, I just thought Scott didn't really help Rush very much in that last game. So we're going to give Jeffers a go up front alongside Rush and see how he produces alongside him. Early on, he did get tackled, but Rush plays the ball back to Wise. Comley looks for Jeffers, who plays it down to Rush, and what a strike from Rush, who has been called offside. Well, that was disappointing, but let's have a look. That's very questionable. That didn't look offside to me. But nevertheless, it is called offside, so let's give them some encouragement and see if we can get a goal that will stand. Napa wins a header there, heads it down to Wise, who brings it inside, and he's going to shoot from range and first forces Duran into a save. Quite well hit there. And now Sanders has a cross blocked by Saunders. Comley keeps it in play, however. Plays it inside to Jeffers. Longjello back to Comley, who's going to try and find Napa, but it's a poor ball. And Upong heads on, but Comley easily back there to deal with it. McKenna plays it to Sanders, who tries to find Jeffers. Comley now does find Jeffers. It's back to Comley, who plays it up to Jeffers. It's back to Comley again, who plays it through towards Longjello. He's got a chance to try and get a cross in here, and tries to lay it off to Sanders to cross, but doesn't find him. Clearance goes as far as Kozak. Rush heads down to Jeffers. Oh, it's offside again. And for a second time, we've had a goal called offside, although this one a bit more correctly. I'd say. Still, fantastic finish from Jeffers there. But we're going to fire them up, try and get going in this game. We're going to bring Wiltshire on for Napa, because I think Napa's one player who I do want to make sure is fit as much as possible. He's been fantastic out on the right, and we're not going to risk the injury there. Although we've not had a great first half. We've had 2 disallowed goals, but outside of them goals, we've not really created any chances. Carter now with a chance to cross and sends it in, and Levers heads just over. But a bit of a warning shot there from Hampton and Richmond. We need to get a goal, really, for this to feel a bit more comfortable. McKenna with a poor clearance. Levers heads it back at the goal. And all of a sudden, in the second half, we are looking a little bit ropey. Let's just... well, I wanted to. Let's demand more. Sanders throws it to Comley. And then goes inside of him. Wise plays it back to Sanders, who's going to try and take on his man. Gets a cross in, and Rush with the header, and a absolutely ridiculous save from the goalkeeper there. Comley sends the cross in. It's headed straight back to him. Sends it back in, and from that type of position, Rush just isn't dangerous, unfortunately. He's better when you play the ball in from deep and he can run onto it. Ball forward, McKenna heads down to Comley, who finds Longello. Back to Comley, who is taking his time trying to pick out a pass, doesn't even manage to do that. And the ball over the top to Oppong, who shoots and it's just wide. And I think what we're going to do is try sending Scott back on. Now, they're working together well, though. Comley's having a good game. I think we're going to bring Longello off for Thomas and try him as an inverted winger so that Sanders can get forward down that left-hand side. And now Parks is on the ball. He sends it upfield and it comes straight back up our end of the pitch. Sanders got time to deal with this, so sends it forward and Carter... Oh dear. And that is one of the most disgusting bits of play I've ever seen. I do think, do we need somebody in that hole there? Rather than having these two up front together, maybe we play a 4-4-1-1. But that is absolutely outrageous that they've managed to get the lead in this game. And now we're, despite being inferior, the better team, struggling to find a way back into this. We're going to bring Comley off. More just because he's not offering anything. And maybe I need to revise some of the set pieces as well. Try and sort them out. Sundar on the ball now. Plays it back to McKenna, who looks for Jeffers. Heads down to Thomas, who finishes, and that one does count. But we're not going to let up. We're going to keep going and try and get another. Great finish from Thomas there. Sundar plays it back to McKenna, who just tries the ball forward. Jeffers heads down brilliantly to Thomas and gets us back into it. But it looks like we aren't going to get a winner, and we don't. And that is a game that is going to feel a bit costly there, because it means we drop points that we really don't need to be dropping. We fall 3 points behind Maidstone now. Let's go and have a look at where we can come back next. So what we'll do now is we will go and play Farnborough and Tunbridge off camera. We'll come back for the FA Cup first round game against Shrewsbury, and then also the league game against Kingstonian, one of the new teams to the league. As I mentioned, we end the episode in third place, 3 losses and 3 draws. We're just dropping points a little bit too. I mean, the draw against Maidstone doesn't look too bad now. The draw against Billericay, poor. The loss to Dartford, not horrendous. They're in 6th. The loss to Folkestone and Hemel Hempstead, they're pretty bad ones. Particularly the Folkestone one. That one was a horrendous game. What we're going to do, I'm going to go and review a little bit of the intricacies of the tactics, and we'll come back to play Shrewsbury in the next episode. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment how you think we're going to get on in that game against Shrewsbury tomorrow, and subscribe if you are enjoying the series. Thank you very much for watching.